Intermittent fasting is all the rage right now, but how does Ayurveda view this?
Great question. Ayurveda has always supported fasting, but in a very specific and seasonal way. It's called Langana, and it's considered a very therapeutic tool, not a daily lifestyle habit. Traditionally, fasting was used to reset digestion after heavy eating, a celebration, or to manage health issues like swelling, sluggishness, or joint discomfort, not as a daily detox or weight loss tool. Basically recommended for people with ama, which presents as heaviness in the stomach, excess salivation, a bad taste in the mouth, lack of hunger, disinterest in food, morning stiffness, and feeling of heaviness in the joints.
That's really interesting. But isn't there an Ayurvedic quote that says eating once a day is ideal?
I know what you're talking about. If you eat once a day, you're a yogi. If you eat twice, you're a bhogi. If you eat 3 times, you're a rogi. But this needs context. Yogis live highly disciplined sattvic lives with deep meditation and minimal physical demands. That lifestyle isn't practical or even suitable for most of us today. Eating twice a day, which is close to modern intermittent fasting, is more realistic for most people. And even 3 meals a day is okay in Ayurveda as long as the meals are light, timely, and easy to digest, especially breakfast and dinner.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Who can fast and for how long according to Ayurveda?
So, Ayurveda always emphasizes personalization. Here's a general guide. Vata, which is air and space, 10 to 12 hours fasting. Reduce the time if you experience any Vata imbalance symptoms like constipation, etc., because they need nourishment and routine. Pitta, which is fire and water, so 12 to 14 hours fasting. Reduce the time of fasting if there's overheating, acidity, heartburn, that is Pitta imbalance symptoms. Now for Kapha, earth and water, they can handle up to 16 hours or a little more of fasting. For them, fasting helps clear heaviness, which they are prone to. Now if you're a Pitta Vata, again up to 12 hours. Again, reduce the time of fasting if there's bloating, heartburn, colic pain. One has to adjust the fasting according to the symptoms, the seasons, and the strength.
So, Vata Pitta types need to be extremely careful. But Kapha individuals, or those with a lot of ama symptoms, can continue fasting. Is that right?
Not really. Ayurveda is very clear that excessive fasting can be harmful. There's a verse from Ashtanga Rhythm that says, Aharam Agniya Pachati, Doshan Ahara Varjita, Dhatu Ksheneshu Dosheshu Jivitam Dhatu Sangshay, which means Agni, that is the digestive fire, digests food. In absence of food, it starts digesting the doshas, the imbalances. But if fasting goes on too long, even the dhatus, your body's tissues, they get consumed, eventually shortening lifespan. So, if the goal is to lose weight, do the intermittent fasting for a month. Maybe for Kapha individuals or people with heavy ama, they can do a little more, no more than 2 months at a time. But beyond that, Ayurveda encourages daily eating in sync with your internal clock. You can watch the video about Ayurvedic circadian rhythm, Ayurveda clock. The link will be given in the comments. In India, people traditionally fasted twice a month on Ikadashi, the 11th day of each lunar cycle. That's sustainable.
So, are there any restrictions for people who shouldn't fast?
Absolutely. Fasting is not for everyone. Ayurveda cautions against it. If you are undernourished, you have Vata imbalances, have Tikshna Agni, that is the intensive digestive fire, often seen in Pitta imbalances where you feel hungry again soon after eating.
Okay, so switching gears now. What does modern science say is happening with the body during fasting?
Surprisingly, recent studies are proving that fasting can become harmful if done for too long, just as Ayurveda has always said. So in the short term, after around 12 to 14 hours, the body enters ketosis, where fat is broken down into ketones for your energy requirements. At the same time, autophagy also kicks in, a process where cells starts getting cleared out, all the old and damaged cells. But if fasting continues too long, studies have shown headaches, dizziness, mood swings, excessive urination, lethargy. One long-term study that followed people of up to 17 years found a link between an 8-hour eating window and higher risk for cardiovascular problems.
Autophagy is good and bad?
Exactly, it depends on how much autophagy you stimulate. Mild fasting, adaptive autophagy, that is cell repair, longevity. Extreme fasting, type 2 cell death. Excessive tissue breakdown. So exactly what Ayurveda says, that the dhatus, the tissues start degenerated or damaged. Dhatu kshaya.
So, what about Ramadan? That's 1 month of continuous fasting. Wouldn't that be harmful too?
Glad you brought up Ramadan. They've actually nailed it, a month of cleansing. Though again, people with acid reflux, Pitta Vata imbalances, those who are undernourished, elderly individuals may experience difficulties. And again, studies have shown that during Ramadan, there's an upregulation of autophagy related genes. So, short term intermittent fasting, when practiced wisely, can enhance metabolism and reverse early aging. But the key is timing and moderation.
So, when is the best time to eat according to Ayurveda?
So, Ayurveda aligns food with your circadian rhythm, your Ayurvedic clock. So, eat between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Your biggest meal should be around noon when your Agni is strongest. Dinner should be light and early, ideally before sunset. So, there are people who fast from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m., but unless you're working early shifts, this does not support your energy demands for the rest of the day. So again, watch the video for the Ayurvedic clock. The link will be given in the comment section.
What's the danger of binging during the eating windows?
So that's a big issue. People often think fasting gives them a license to overeat, but digestion doesn't work that way. So imagine cooking rice. If you keep adding raw rice every few minutes, what's going to happen? The bottom layer is going to get burnt, the middle layer properly cooked, and the top layer remain undercooked. That's what happens inside your gut when you keep snacking or overeating during your eating window. It confuses the digestive fire, your Agni, and leads to ama or toxic residue.
So, what's the Ayurvedic recommendation for most people?
Ayurveda values moderation and rhythm. For most people, eating 2 to 3 balanced meals a day within the 9 to 10 hour eating window. No snacking. If you need to snack, drink digestive teas, eat fruits, have buttermilk. All of these things will help you keep your digestion balanced. Adapt food to your imbalanced doshas and the season. Kapha types may benefit from short-term intermittent fasting to kickstart metabolism, but once balance is achieved, return to more regular eating rhythm.
Any final words?
Yes, fasting isn't about starving, it's about giving your body time to rest, digest, and repair. Both Ayurveda and modern science agree. Extreme eating leads to overgrowth, be it weight gain, inflammation, even cancer, while extreme fasting leads to tissue breakdown, premature aging. So instead of following social media fads, follow your Agni, your body type, and your circadian rhythm. Thank you.